everybody, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're going to talk about something that I think a lot of homesteaders overlook. And I think right now, especially in the times that we're living in with supply chain shortages and just shortages in general coming up, it's something that you need to pay attention to. So here's the deal. When we first started a homestead, and we've talked about this often, you have this survival mode that you're in. You're trying to get infrastructure built. You're trying to get food production going. You're trying to get water collection going and just all of the things that the infrastructure that you're going to need to have this working and operable homestead and all the functionality that goes with that. Once you're there, now it's about maintenance. About maintenancing. You got to maintain everything you've built, and depending on how much infrastructure you've built, that can be a chore just in itself, a large chore. And that requires sometimes equipment, it requires parts, it requires all of these things, and you need to make sure that you've got some stuff on hand to be able to deal with these things when they come up. And right now, there's some times we're living in where, I mean, I have seen it with my own eyes. I'm on the highway and I'm driving, and there is there's not that many trucks out there. Where are the 18-wheelers? I'm driving down the road and I'm going like a mile down the road, and I'm like, I have not seen one 18-wheeler on the highway. Lots of cars, no 18-wheelers. And finally you see one, and then you may see another one, but not like it used to be. And so I have to ask the question, where is the supply chain in trouble? And I think the answer we all know is yes. So if things aren't coming in, where does that leave you if you need something? So the other day, my riding mower, yet again, operator error, my yet almost 16-year-old hit something and shattered a blade. And so I actually had bought a new blade before, but then, a good friend of mine told me, hey, you'd have two blades because you can't put one new blade on with an old used blade. It's just going to vibrate and not be even. And so I went to the store and got a new blade. And so I have a new pair of blades on my deck, and I kept my old blade just in case I might need it for something. We put it in our blacksmith shop because I might be able to use those for something later on. But I got two new blades. But what if I couldn't have gotten that blade? What if, and thank goodness it's a small town hardware store, and it's not like the big box stores that are raising their prices weekly, if not daily sometimes. This is a small hometown hardware store, and they haven't raised prices yet. You can get a good quality, a made in America lawnmower blade for like $18. It was $17.99. The Copperhead brand, if you're familiar with that. So I was able to get that. But it's like things are going to break. So there was this guy who I've met when I first moved on the homestead. He lives down the road, and he was working on our driveway when we first moved in here, and he was building our driveway and shaping it and putting down gravel and all this stuff. And he was coming up the driveway, and I said, hey, how's your day going? And he said, nothing broke, which for his mind was a good day. It's a good day on the homestead when nothing breaks. That's a good t-shirt right there. A good day on the homestead is when nothing breaks. Because things are going to break. Things are going to fall apart. Things are going to wear apart. And so what are we doing to maintain our homesteads if in a supply chain collapse or in a supply shortage that I think that we all know we're facing? What are some things? I think some of the things that come top of my mind are things that I know it would make life hard for us if those were taken away. Like, for instance, we just put in a new water system. It's this, we have rainwater collection, but we have a system in place that pumps that water through our house and through a series of terminals. And what if my water pump broke? That basically forces that through our house. Do I have a second one on hand? I hope it's a good pump. I hope it's going to last me a while. But what if it went down? Do I have a replacement on hand until I could maybe get a second one? 2 is 1, 1 is none, right? So 2 is 1, 1 is none. Because if you have 2 of them, just imagine one fails, you're all going to have one left. And if you only have one, if that fails, you have none. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Something I learned long ago in the military. It's good to have double, okay, of what you might need if something happened. So things that come to mind. So my water pump is one example that I can come up with on top of my head. But things that I know I'm going to need. Motor oil. You can use motor oil, old used motor oil for bar chain oil in your chainsaws. You can use motor oil for your cars. You take out the old motor oil, you save that, you use that for bar chain oil. I know people around here do that all the time. It makes great bar chain oil for your chainsaws. Do you have some extra, car parts, maybe some filters, or things that might go down? Do you have replacements for those things? Some extra fuel on hand. It's going to last you maybe a number of months. Some extra diesel on hand. It's going to last you some extra months if it's hard to get those items. Now, you're not going to have a warehouse on your homestead that's going to store all these items, to infinity and plan for every single possible scenario. You can't do that, but you can at least mitigate maybe some of these things that may go out on you. I say generators. Generators is another one. How many times have you gone to your generator, if you use one on a regular basis, or maybe even like a lawnmower or something with a pull start, and you pull the pull string start and it just comes off. It breaks because it's been pulled so many times, the string just wears out at the base of it and it breaks. Has that ever happened to you? Leave a comment below. Leave a comment below if that's ever happened to you, because it's happened to me multiple times since living on this homestead with our generators, because we use our generators a lot. Especially in the wintertime when we have like 5 days of cloud cover and we need to run the generators to charge the batteries. So it's like these generators wear out. Like if we need to use some major power tools to do something, we use a generator. We have these generators. We don't use them all the time, but we use them often enough that they're there in case we need for some purpose that we need. We start these things, and do you have one of those little spindles? They sell these spindles because the manufacturers know they wear out. And so you can buy these little spindles already packaged up and ready to go, ready to take off the old one, put the new one on, because operating those spring things and trying to rehook that cord up, I've tried that before. Some models, you can do it. On other models, it's like pulling your hair out. Good luck. So it's easier just to be able to take one off, an old one off that's broken, and put a new one on, a new assembly on for those pull starts on your generators or whatever it is. Leave a comment below if you've dealt with that before and you didn't go insane. But you know what I mean? In fact, Westinghouse, that makes generators, they have small writing now in their things. Like if you try to work on their generators without their knowledge or without their help, without their consent, one of their authorized dealers and repair persons, it actually voids your warranty. And the lawsuits are being brought against Westinghouse, who I think produces one of the better rated generators out there. Hondas are usually always the best. They're the most quiet. They're the most long lasting. We do have a Honda. But that's like, but we also have Westinghouse on the property too. We have a couple generators. But man, these things have some extra. Look around your homestead and try to visualize what could go out, what could go wrong, what has gone wrong in the past, and what do I think might need have some extra of those items. Vinegar. We use a lot of vinegar on the homestead. We have standing orders right now to buy vinegar when we see it. The cheap white vinegar. Use that for all kinds of things. The cheap, you can make it. Yes, you can make it. But vinegar is still so cheap by the gallon. Why not just buy it? You can make it. I got it. We've made vinegar here on the homestead. We've made vinegar and done so successfully. But when it's so cheap, might as well just have a few extra gallons stowed away. If I need it for whatever purpose, canning or for, but it works great for as a plant killer when mixed with salt water. Works great. So these things, now is the time. Now is the time to be thinking about these things, because I really think by fall, things are really going to get hard. I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong. But I'm driving. I'm hearing a lot of people, too, also driving on the highways. The truck stops are reporting that trucking activity is at its lowest levels in like decades. If the trucks aren't moving, things aren't getting to the store, you might not be able to get what you need in a couple months. Inventories are low. There's my rant for the day. Homesteading. There's a lot to it. But one of the big things on homesteading is maintenance. How will you fare on maintenance? All right. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Also, check out our merchandise over at teespring.com. Links should be in the description below. YouTube is taking away our links sometimes for our Teespring shop, but we do have links in the description. You can find our t-shirts. Also, our very favorite shirt, Stupid Should Hurt. Farm Fresh Butt Nuggets also available there. Pick up some merch. I love prepping. I think it's also on there at teespring.com. Check it out. Links in the description below. All right, guys. See you next time at the Homestead. Bye. Hey, guys. I'm happy to introduce an American Homestead sponsor, Zervita Zeal. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses Zeal mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher. In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.